Welcome to the channel. I am Miss B, Bohemian Soul, and welcome to Homegrown Wellness Community 72, or HD or HGW Community 72. Welcome to the channel. If you have not hit the subscribe button, please make sure you hit the subscribe button, like this live, share this live with anyone that you think this would help, and that like this live as well if it resonates with you. So again, I hope all is well. It is Tuesday, May the 19th, and it is sunny here in Connecticut. Little cool, but I am on my way to work, and decided I needed to, actually I wanted to do this live a couple of days ago, but I spoke about something else on Sunday. So I'm doing this live for hence the title, Black Women. It is never too late to prepare for our future. We just need to have a next mindset. I did not use the word new because it is my thought that there is nothing new under the sun, but we need to have a next mindset, the next thing in life, the next dream, the next beginning, the next new, not new, but the next thing, the next relationship, the next career, the next lifestyle. So hence, we need to have a next or a futuristic mindset in everything that we do. So I'm going to speak to myself. I'm going to use myself as an example as why it is never too late as a Black woman, right? To prepare for our future. But I'm also going to use my eldest aunt, whom I admire and have always admired in my life, my mother's eldest sister, as an example of not so much having a next mindset. So, for example, as Black women in the United States, I don't know about any other country, because I visited other countries. I'm an American. I'm a foundational Black American woman. So I can only thank you. Thank you. Someone said that I was pretty. Thank you. So I've never lived in another country, so I can only speak to the Black women in the United States. Again, I am a foundational Black American woman. And I've spoken to that title in which I feel represents me, foundational Black American, in previous videos. So if that's something you want to learn more about, you can watch some of my previous videos. So as a Black woman in her early 50s, it is, and it's never too late to prepare for my future and your future and your children's future, your grandchildren's future. And I am a single Black woman, recently divorced, not a single parent, not a single mom, because my ex-husband is very much a part of our children's lives. So I don't subscribe to that single mom deal. I am a single woman, divorced woman. But I'm going to speak to why it's never too late as a Black woman in the United States to prepare for your future. But I'm also going to use an example of my mother's eldest sister, who was alive and kicking. She was born in 1936. She is the eldest of 6 children that my grandparents had. She never married. She never had children. Now, like I said, there's 6 of them. There were 6 of them. My mother's deceased, and 3 others are deceased. So there's just the eldest aunt and the youngest aunt that are still alive. They are 10 years apart. So my eldest aunt never got married, speaking to a black woman, a woman that did prepare for her future, but she stopped it. I'm going to give you the example. She never got married. She never had children. And she never had children because she's old school, because she never got married. So, you know, she's from that generation where you have children when you're a married woman. And because she never got married, she never had children. And so I developed a very close relationship with my aunt. And she was an entrepreneur out the gate. My grandfather, her dad, passed when she was 11. My grandmother, who I adored, raised them, and in Georgetown, South Carolina. They owned their own home. They owned their own land that my grandfather had prepared for them. So my aunt was from that generation where you made your own way. You owned your own things. You didn't rely on society. You made your own way. So my aunt, like the rest of her siblings, and my mother included, they came up to the North in the 60s. Better opportunities, better opportunities to have the American dream. Hi, Joseph. And so my coworkers, because I'm at work. So my aunt became a licensed beautician, licensed cosmetologist. She opened up her own hair salon. So she's an entrepreneur. She opened up her own hair salon in 1966. I remember her telling me that that was the year my brother was born. She purchased a multi-family home in 1972, which is the year I was born. So she lived on, is two family. She lived on the second floor upstairs, and my grandmother and my another aunt, they lived on the first floor. So it was always a family home. Fast forward. Now, she purchased the house in 1966. No, she purchased the house in 1972. She started her business in 1966, her hair salon. Okay. Her home was paid off. And I remember her telling me her home, multifamily, was paid off in the late 80s. Late 80s, she paid her home off. Home was paid off. Her mortgage back then, when she got it, was for $35,000. Home was paid off. Now, she obviously had her tenants on the first floor, which was her mother, my grandmother, and her sister paying rent. So she also worked for herself. So she had income coming in. She worked for herself. She literally closed her hair salon in the year 2020 when the pandemic hit. Because at this point, she was now in her 80s, and the majority of her clients obviously were not coming out to get their hair done. A lot of them had passed on. She is still alive and kicking. She closed down, stopped her business. Now, my aunt had prepared. But remember, I spoke about you have to have a next mindset. So her home was paid off, mortgages paid off. At this point, she still had a different family member living downstairs. She was now taking in her Social Security. right? And she had paid into her retirement. She did all of that stuff over all the years. So we're looking at a span of 50 years of her preparing for her future. So some things happened, and she had to take a chunk, or she took out a chunk of her savings. I'm talking about Black women in America preparing for their future and it never being too late, but you have to have a next mindset. Okay, I need to hurry up because I got to hurry up and go inside to work. So she took out a big chunk of her money to take care of something. And so 2 years ago, things had changed. The home needed repairs that she really couldn't manage. And so I spoke to her and I said, listen, because mind you, she's a mentor to me. I said to her, I said, listen, you need to sell your home. Sell your home. Think about your future. Sell your home. And home prices are through the roof in Connecticut. I told her, I said, sell your home and you will be able to live your life, the rest of your life. Now, mind you, at this point, she's 87 when I spoke to her to do it. She'll be turning 89 this August. Still right mind, body, physically on point, everything. I said, sell your home. You'll be able to live well the rest of your life. Rather you go into a smaller senior community, get a little apartment just for you. But here it is. She is thinking about her younger sister who is living on the first floor. And I had a conversation with that aunt too. And medically, she had a lot going on and she needed to move into like an assisted living situation. So I told the eldest aunt, you have to prepare and think about your future. It's not too late. But ultimately, she talked herself out of doing it because she was going to do it. Had gotten her a realtor, had set up an appointment to have to set up open house and put the house on the market, and she backed out. And so it's very sad because for the last 2 years it's been a struggle for her. It's been a struggle for her because she needs a new roof on the house. She does not have the income coming in to take care of the repairs that are needed. But because of the mindset that she has, and I get it, she's from a different era, but things are just not that positive. So I'm saying all of that to say this. As Black women in the United States of America, it is never too late to prepare for your future, but you have to have a next mindset. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to end it. If you go on my Facebook channel, on my Facebook account rather, and on my IG, I post a lot and I talk a lot about, micro homes, tiny homes, affordable living, affordable lifestyle, and how I've had to have that next mindset. And so what I have done, I've posted different types of micro homes, tiny homes, affordable home ownership, home possibilities that the average Black American woman could absolutely do. But again, it is going to take a next mindset. I myself have come to grips and have understood and am looking forward to the fact that I am going to be purchasing a nice size amount of land, because that is preparing for the future. Now, mind you, I'm in my early 50s. And these things are going to take place for me over the next 2 years. I will be purchasing, not mortgaging. I will be purchasing my tiny home, micro home, affordable home, whatever you want to call it, putting it on my land. I will not have a mortgage. I will be a true home owner. And I want enough land to where other people, especially other Black women and their families, right, can come and be a part of the community. Because at the end of the day, no one will be able to take care of us better than we can take care of us. It is not society's responsibility. It is our responsibility to have that next mindset and to prepare now. At the age of 53, I'm talking to Black women that are 40 plus. It's never too late as a Black woman in the United States of America to prepare for your future. We just have to have a next mindset. That is it for this morning. I hope this helped someone. I hope this encouraged someone. That was the purpose of this live. Family, remember, be great to yourself because you are great. Remember, be great to your family. They deserve your greatness. Be great to your community. Without love, self-love first, we have absolutely nothing. And as always, clarity is key, but without consistency, we have no balance. Family, be well.